Good evening. I'm back, feeling great, ready to rock and roll, and it's a big week as the NFL season officially starts on Thursday with the Houston Texans playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. So, anyways, today I would like to talk about Yannick Ngakoue, and then Leonard Fournette and Deshaun Watson. So, are you ready to get your fix? Well, last Friday, the Jacksonville Jaguars decided to trade star defensive end Yannick Ngakoue to the Minnesota Vikings for a second-round pick in the 2021 NFL Draft and a conditional fifth-round pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. Now, this is a huge deal for the Vikings as they were in need of a defensive end to pair with Danielle Hunter. And according to Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports, he ranked the top NFL pass rushing duos for the 2020 season. And he had Ngakoue and Hunter as the second best duo behind San Francisco's Nick Bosa and Eric Armstead. So this duo is really going to get high praise, okay? And I believe that this is a very accurate opinion, being the second best pass rushing duo in the NFL. Also, Ngakoue and Hunter ranked top 5 in the most quarterback pressures among edge defenders, with Yannick at number 2 with 211 pressures and Hunter at 4 with 209 pressures. So now I really like this addition to the Vikings because I was a little skeptical with how well this defense would be able to keep up with offenses around the league. So now with this move, it might just give the Minnesota Vikings a little edge in some games with arguably the top 2 pass rushers in the NFL. Yannick's stats last season in Jacksonville, he had about 41 combined tackles with 8 sacks, 1 interception in which he took 23 yards for a touchdown. So, I mean, this guy is capable of performing really well in the NFL and will be a great fit in that Minnesota defense. So, by the end of the season, it really wouldn't surprise me if Yannick Ngakoue and Danielle Hunter are the best pass rushing duo in the NFL. So, moving over to another crazy thing that happened last Friday, which was the Jacksonville Jaguars releasing running back Leonard Fournette. Now, I thought this release was really weird, being that the Jaguars are the worst team in the NFL, at least in my opinion, and it could be a sign of tanking because they also, like I just talked about, they traded Yannick Ngakoue. So, I mean, I think they definitely should have found some way to keep Leonard Fournette there because he's literally the only guy on that offense that actually got the job done almost every Sunday. Yeah, there's Gardner Minshew, but is he really going to be that superstar? We haven't seen him that much. So I think this year is going to be a really big step for Gardner. But, I just don't think it. I think Leonard Fournette was that main piece. So anyways, they must have felt a little different and wanted to release him. They obviously know they can get pieces and trade picks or draft picks. So, and then next thing you know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came along calling Leonard Fournette and decided to officially sign him to a 1-year deal worth about $3.5 million with a base salary of $2 million. Now, this Buccaneers team is starting to look kind of like the Cleveland Browns with all the stars on the same team. Now, just like the Browns, though, this could either go really well for them and they could go straight to the Super Bowl and just march right there with all that talent, or they could have too many weapons and watch it blow up right in front of their eyes. I mean, I don't think they're going to have a bad season at all, but the possibility of that happening is still there, okay? So there are reports saying that Bruce Arians said that Ronald Jones II will be that starting running back. So what this means for Leonard is that he's not going to get the ball that often, obviously, but also it's going to give him a chance to learn that playbook for about week 4, week 5, where he's really solidified in that offense, knows that playbook well, and is able to go out there and compete at a high level, at a very high level. But, he might just be able to, at that week 4, week 5 point, take over the job from Jones. So lastly, let's talk about quarterback Deshaun Watson, who just signed a 4-year extension worth about $160 million with the Houston Texans. Now, this move was definitely more than likely going to happen anyway, with the Patrick Mahomes getting paid his big 10-year contract worth $500 million. So another reason this deal was more than likely going to happen is that because Deshaun Watson he's the face of that Texans franchise. Yeah, there's J.J. Watt, I understand, but Deshaun Watson, if you ask me who's the first person you think of when you think of the Houston Texans, in my eyes, it's Deshaun Watson. Okay, yeah, J.J. Watt's in the back of my mind, but Deshaun is that face. And he was the only reason mainly to that he was been able to keep the Texans in games where they probably should have lost. Okay, last season Watson led the NFL in completions, gaining 30 plus yards with 33 completions doing that. So he was also the highest graded quarterback amongst playoff teams with a grade of 84.5. And then another crazy stat is that Watson was second in most big time throws in the fourth quarter and overtime, which was including playoffs, with 14. He was behind Carson Wentz, who had 15. So this signing makes complete sense, okay? This is going to be a very tough test this season, being that with the recent departure of DeAndre Hopkins. But, I don't think it's going to bother him that much, as some people might think, because he still has some veteran receivers in Will Fuller, who's proved he can be a consistent receiver, and Randall Cobb, who's proved he can be a consistent receiver as well. And you have to take in mind that they traded DeAndre Hopkins, and they also got David Johnson, that running back. So, and he's more than capable of going out there, catching passes, and running the ball at an efficient level. The only thing that I worry about David Johnson is, can he stay healthy? He had a big injury, I believe it was last year, 2 years ago, but can he stay healthy? And if he does so, I think Deshaun Watson's not going to have any problem with this offense, being that they lost DeAndre Hopkins. So, just be prepared to watch Deshaun Watson give the Houston Texans another push towards the playoffs, like he has done since being in the NFL. Okay, this man is the real deal, and he's gained enough respect around the league, and he got the contract that he really is worth in my eyes. So just continue to watch Deshaun Watson get it done and be that Houston Texan for the next, I think, 4 to 5 years now. So that's going to end our discussion today, and I'm glad to be back. Like I said, I love doing what I do. So this is just, this is a huge week. Football's back. We're ready to roll. Thursday night, be there, watch it. Texans, Chiefs, okay? So thanks for stopping by. We'll see you Friday. And you just got your fix with the Wicks.